Hello everyone and welcome to today's class, and today's class is called Ref Rage. Let's move on to language focus. Okay. Ilbon. Southern Italy is largely agricultural and less wealthy. Okay, we're going to basically just concentrate on one word today. Largely. So use largely to express that something is true often, in many places, among many people, but with some exceptions. So in Korean we have a word, basically 대체로. Alright, now there are other words for largely, like generally, mostly, overall, on the whole, in general. These are all other words you could use as well. So, an example. People in Japan largely avoid talking to strangers in public. So, 일본 사람들은 공공장소에서 낯선 사람과 대화하는 것을 꺼리는 경향이 있습니다. So, in Japan, Japanese people are said to be very shy, like Korean people. But they don't talk to strangers. This is very similar in Korea. We don't really talk to strangers, do we? If a stranger tries to talk to us, we either ignore them or we keep our head down and walk forward. I talk to them, but usually they're just asking for directions. If it's a scam, then yeah, it's a different story. Okay, the next example says voters in Kansas. Kansas is a state, I believe, or a city in America. I think it's a city. I don't know. Never been to America. Voters in Kansas are largely conservative. 캔자스의 유권자들은 대체로 보수적입니다. I think I think it's in Texas. Is Kansas in Texas? I don't know. But I know that Texas is largely conservative, I hear. Anyway, yes, largely. 대체로. Alright. Let's have a look at Ibon. Although it is almost unheard of for the final score of the game to be annulled in most places, many games were annulled in Italy a few years back after a match-fixing scandal involving corrupt referees. Almost unheard of is what we're going to look at next. So almost unheard of, let me write it here, almost unheard of is sort of like saying 거의 들어본 적 없는 or 드문. Alright. So you rarely, let's say it like rare. You rarely heard about it. It's another word for rare, I think, but it's another expression, for rare. So if we look at our example sentence, right? It's almost unheard of for snow to fall in May. So May is a very hot part of, well, I wouldn't say hot, quite warm part of the season here in Korea. So it's almost unheard of that for snow to fall in May. So 5월에 눈이 내리는 것은 거의 전례가 없는 일이다. So we barely hear about it, or you barely see about it. Our next example, it's almost unheard of for an elementary school-aged child to graduate from college. Yeah, so 초등학생 아이가 대학을 졸업하는 것은 거의 전례가 없는 일이다. There have been some spectacular cases, but yes, not really. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. So people in my country largely prefer, remember largely was 대체로, prefer not to what? People in my country largely prefer not to drink alcohol in, let's say, on the street. So 우리나라 사람들은 대체로 길거리에서 술을 마시는 않는 것을 선호합니다. Which is true. You see a lot of tourists do it. 2번. is largely I don't know, let's just say like something like 이대 대학 is largely female students. So 이대 대학교는 여학생이 두부분입니다. There are a few male students I heard. I heard there's some exceptions. It's almost unheard of. Remember, almost unheard of. 거의 들어본 적이 없는, or it's rare, 드문. It's almost unheard of for something to something. For him to lose his temper. Alright. So, 그가 이성이는 것을 거의 전례가 없습니다. He's usually very calm. But yeah, it's very rare for him to lose his temper. 4번. Was almost unheard of for to before, but no, now, that should be now. Now, it's common. That's hard. Let's say Koreans was, that should be then were, almost unheard of for, it was almost unheard of for Koreans to change their hair to bright colors, but now it's common. 이전에는 한국인이 빨간색으로 머리를 바꾸는 것이 거의 전례가 없었지만 이제는 흔한 일이 되었습니다. So yes. Long time ago, it was very much just dark colors, and now it's all these different colors. All right. Now, let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Do you know of any match-fixing scandals in your country? What happened? 여러분의 나라에서 승부 조작 스캔들에 대해 알고 있나요? 어떤 일이 있었나요? Not here in Korea. No, I'm sure there have been. In Australia as well, I can't think of any match-fixing scandals. I've heard of a lot of cheating in games, but not match-fixing. But obviously, it's a very big problem in sport. So, yes. I'm sure there's very popular ones that I've heard of, but I can't think of them right now. Anyway. 2번. Expanding on question 3, do you know of any competitions where the results were annulled? If so, what happened? 3번 질문에서 더 나아가 결과가 무효 처리된 대휘를 알고 계신가요? 일단 어떤 일이 있었나요? That's a good question. I would say that in Italian football, yes, there was the Juventus scandal. I don't know if that was. Well, they were taking points off. I don't know if it affected the other team though. And that wasn't due to. I don't know if that was due to match fixing, but more about unfair play or spending too much money in the transfer market. Yeah, that one I can't quite remember. However, this happens a lot, I think, in European football, in smaller leagues, not so much bigger leagues. But yeah, it's something that should be taken care of because it's a professional game in many cases, and it's illegal. So yeah. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and we'll see you on the next class.
Account.
Account.
Bogus.
Bogus.
Annul.
Annal.
Match fixing.
Match fixing.
A done deal.
A done deal.
Cut somebody a break.
Cut somebody a break.